Well, a friend of mine drove over a water spigot with a lawnmower dragging one of them leaf lawn sweepers. And Bev asked me not to mention any names, so I won't tell you who that was. Anyway, there was gushing water everywhere, and I can't remember, it was either UPS or the postman helped her shut her water off. And I'm fixing to go on over there and see if I can fix it for her. And I brought all kinds of, she sent me a couple of pictures, and I'm guessing as to the size of the pipe, but it's in concrete, and I don't think there's enough sticking up above the concrete for me to put a coupler on. So I brought my hammer drill and a sledgehammer and some chisels, and I may have to bust the concrete away from the pipe. And or if I can't do that, I'm gonna have to dig down beneath it and cut the pipe, and then pry the concrete away from it, and then just add pipe from there. So anyway, we'll see when we get there. Well, here's what we got. When I first saw it, I thought there might be enough to cut off and just put a coupler on, but it's broke off even with the top of the concrete here. So what I'm going to do is take my grinder, and I'm going to cut around this PVC pipe all the way around, and then cut a split up here, take that off, and then I'm going to take my hammer drill and try to perforate this and see if I can't bust that concrete off low enough to hook to the what might be good up underneath there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take my hammer drill and perforate this all the way around here. I think I have a chisel. If not, I know Bev has one in her shed over there. And then I'm going to go just start trying to whittle away at it around here. There is a piece of rebar over here that I'll have to cut if I can get down to it. So I think this will work. Let me get my hammer drill out. Thank you, cheap Harbor Freight hammer drill. It worked. Talking to YouTube. Showing off my tools. All right, that's enough. I'm going to grind this off level. I'm going to cut this off here, and that's just enough to put a coupler on.
They're going to do that.
There we go. There we go. It's a thing of beauty now.
I guess they figure, you know, if you want it that bad, you'll pay for it. Oh, I'm in your way.
No, you're okay. Toto, Toto, you good boy. You good boy. Say something. Say something smart. That's a lovely jacket. Well, the grill's still looking good. And she's actually used it a couple of times. I'm real proud of that. It sure come out better than I thought it would. Toto, you good boy. You good boy. Hey, Red. I still love you. I still love you. Boy, my lap is popular. Is this the cool lap?
You sit down there with yours.
Yeah, in the morning I got 3 of them. And they all got to have a blanket on them in the morning. They get up, run around a little bit. Every morning I give them a little treat and get my coffee. And then they all pile up in there and they go back and take a little naps till I need my second cup. This is Red. He's my buddy. This is an old man. Okay, come on. I got to share my pettings. Don't be stingy.
It's unusual.
How old is Red, Bev? 9? Okay, he's not that old. He's not that old. And well, how old is Buddy?
And I don't know, Bev, how old is Buddy? I'm thinking, hold on, 13.
14.
12.
Well, okay. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You an old man?
He said, tell Charlie, he's practicing laying on his back and kicking his feet up. He can't do it like Toto, but that Toto
Yeah.
flattens his back like a pancake. But he's practicing. There you go. I'm a young chief.
Well, I just turned the water back on, and it's not moving, so that's a good sign. I'm a long ways. You wouldn't believe how far this meter is from the place where the faucet is that I fixed. So now I gotta walk all the way down there, make sure we don't have a leak, but it doesn't appear we do. Well, that's a good thing. No gurgling. All right, let me get that hose hooked up and we're done. This is Wascom, Texas. It's one of the little towns that Walmart moved one of their little marketplace stores into. And this used to be the only grocery store in town. I've been in it. I've shopped in there several times. And there's a lot of poor folks live in this town, and they would walk here to get their groceries. Well, Walmart put their marketplace store here, and within a few months, these folks, they went out of business. And they turned this into a fitness center. Now let's go see what happened to the marketplace. Walmart put this up and run the other place out of business. And now, as you can see, after less than a year, they've closed and moved and left these folks with nowhere to get groceries. Say what you want. You can argue in favor of Walmart. You can argue against people coming here and giving Walmart their business, which resulted in Hall's Grocery going out of business. But when poor people count pennies, and that extra $1 or $2 they save here is the difference between a can of formula or not. You know, you can't put a whole lot of blame on poor folks. And, you know, say what you will. This is corporatism at its finest. And there's no way Hall's could have competed, because Walmart buys things on such a massive scale, and they beat profits out of their vendors, where they just make a few pennies. So, you know, you can't lay the blame at Walmart. You can't lay the blame at poor folks' feet. You can't lay the blame at Hall's feet. Everybody shares in the blame a little bit. But the bottom line is, Walmart came here, opened this up, run the only grocery store in town out of business, and then when they realized they weren't making enough, they closed up and left. Thanks, Walmart. Always low prices. Always. Real quick video. I was at the Goodwill the other day, and I saw these forks, and they looked tarnished, and I didn't have my good glasses on, and I couldn't read them, but I could tell they were tarnished, and I thought, well, I just bring them up to the counter and see what they want for them. And it turns out it was four utensils for $1. So I brought them home and I laid them out here. And the other day I was talking to John, J0. We were chatting on the phone, and I had them on speaker. And what I usually do is put them on speaker and just set the phone on the bench somewhere, and I do my little stuff, and he has a headphone on, and he goes about his his business of feeding chickens and whatnot, or wrestling the pig, mud wrestling. Well, anyway, I polished it up and I got my magnifying glass out and I looked on the back, and that's what it is, 1847 Rogers Brothers IS. And while we were talking, I Googled it, and turns out these are worth about $4 a piece. They're silver, and it looks to me like they've been through a fire. This doesn't appear to be tarnished down here. It appears to be fire. So I just want to tell you, keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Yard sales, Goodwill. You never know. So my $1 turned into $16. Nice little investment. I'm just going to polish them up, and I'll tell you what I plan on doing out of these. I plan on making jewelry bracelets out of these. Alrighty, when I get around to that, that's just another one of them projects someday. And I have a propane burner for a gas grill, which my next grill is going to be gas, and I've got some parts there and some parts here, and I think I got, yeah, there's an igniter. So gathering parts for that. I've got projects in the process, and here's something else I'm going to be doing. Got all these little candles. I've got a pot, and I'll let you figure out what I'm going to do, because what I'm going to do is going to involve that piece of wood right there. But anyway, tomorrow's project, which is Sunday, is my mailbox. Today, when the mailman came around, my numbers were on the pole that holds my mailbox up. And when the mailman delivered the mail, my numbers were on the ground about 30 feet away from my mailbox. I'm just saying. I'm not pointing fingers. So anyway, I've decided to make my numbers on my mailbox impossible to bust off. And that's tomorrow's project. I'll show you what I'm going to do.